What's going on? Today we are going to talk about something that not a lot of musicians know about. It is a pitch folder. Now a pitch folder is basically what you're going to use to submit your song instead of just sending the song. And you'll understand what I mean in just a minute. Before we get into that, my name is Stafford Beats. I'm a producer, creative director, and an artist mentor. I also launched Underground Retreats, which is one of the most viral music camps on the entire internet. I've helped artists get tens of millions of streams and already have more than 25 million short form content views in 2025 alone. So with all that being said, let's get into what a pitch folder is, how to set one up, and what to do with it. All right, so what is a pitch folder? A pitch folder is going to contain everything that you could possibly need to submit your song to literally anywhere, whether it's a YouTube channel, a playlist, a blog, an editorial, anything. And the reason you want to have this instead of just sending your song file is because this looks a lot more unprofessional than this. A lot of times, people who have these cool opportunities for you are going to be asking for a bunch of different things. It could be the lyrics, it could be pictures of you, whatever. So I took the time to break down basically anything somebody could possibly need, figure out how to put it all into one organized folder so you could just send that and they'll almost never have to ask you for anything else. So let's get into exactly what you're going to put in there. So once your song's complete, you're going to make a folder and put that song inside of that folder. Now, when you set the folder up, you want to create 7 subfolders. And don't worry, you don't have to make them all yourself. I went ahead and made a template so you can download it and put everything in there as needed. So go ahead and pause the video, grab the free download from the description, and then use that to follow along with the rest of the video. All right, so folder number 1 is going to be your song. So this is going to include 2 main things, right? You've got original. This is just going to be the normal export of your song, MP3 and WAV. Now the second one is going to be a clean MP3 and WAV, because sometimes you're going to need to submit a clean version. So if you don't already have one ready, get it ready now. And if you have a non-explicit song, congrats, you're already done. Additionally, in this first folder, put any alternative versions that you have of the song as well. So if you've got remixes, sped up, slowed down versions, anything like that, also include that. All right, your second folder is gonna be lyrics. Now this one's gonna be really simple. Just add a notes file with your lyrics. If you have alternate versions of the songs, include lyrics to that as well if they're any different. Folder number 3 is a very important one. This is gonna be your EPK and a song bio. Now, if you don't have an EPK or you don't know what it is, that's okay. Just write a short artist bio for yourself. If you're gonna go to the artist bio route, just try to include things like who you are as an artist, what kind of music you make, your story, and anything else that you might find relevant to somebody needing to know who you are and what you do. Now, your song bio is gonna include the story of why the song was made, all the info like genre, credits, and other things like that. And the reason you want to have this is so somebody understands who you are as an artist and they also understand what the song is about. For example, if you're submitting to a blog and they want to write a story about you and your song, this is going to give them a lot of helpful information. All right, in the fourth folder, you want to put any accolades or achievements you've gotten. Now in this accolade folder, you just want to put any prior press releases you've gotten, any major playlists, awards, and anything else that you find to be a notable achievement. This is just kind of a way to show off. If somebody sees that you've had a lot of achievements, it might be more likely that they're going to submit you for other opportunities or even take you more seriously for this specific opportunity. And if you don't have any major accolades, that's totally fine. Just don't include this folder. Number 5 is a very important one. This is going to be press photos. So inside of this folder, you're going to put any professional pictures you have of yourself. Now, what a lot of people don't know is if you include press photos when you're submitting for opportunities like this, a lot of times you're going to have the opportunity to be featured on the playlist covers. Now, if you don't have any professional pictures done, that is absolutely not okay, and you need to go book yourself a shoot right now. There's a lot of places where you can get a professional headshot for like $100, and I'm sure that you have some friend that can take a decent looking picture. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you can make sure that it kind of resembles what you do as an artist or has a little bit of creativity in there or just looks super nice, it's gonna help you out a ton for so many different reasons. I could do a whole other video on that later. All right, so for the 6th folder, you're gonna add short form content. In this, you really only wanna add anywhere from like 2 to 10 reels. All of these are gonna be under a minute and a half. Now, you don't need to add too many, but just make sure they look nice. Having some great pieces of short form content is gonna give the person with the opportunity a better understanding of the visuals you typically lean towards, and sometimes it can even get you posted on major pages. It's all about making sure you have as many doors open as possible. Now, the last folder, folder number 7, is gonna be any music videos or lyrics lyric videos. So these are gonna be any full-length videos that you have. If you don't have any, I would really recommend at least having some kind of lyric video or a full-length visualizer, especially if you're submitting for YouTube. Sometimes it'll be the difference of whether or not they post you to begin with. Now that's it for the folder. Now once you've got that done, go ahead and save it in Google Drive or Dropbox. I actually can't remember what the Google Drive logo looks like, so we're gonna pretend this is it. Now whenever you're sending this folder in for opportunities, you wanna make sure that no matter which service you're using, you copy the link and you send an MP3 as well. This way, when they open up the email, they're gonna have really easy access to hear if they like the song, and then if they do, which hopefully they will, they're gonna see that you have this folder. And at the very least, they might even just click on the folder just to see what's all inside. Because as soon as they see you send a folder and not just the song itself, they're gonna take you a lot more seriously. All right, so far we covered what a pitch folder is, why we need to make one, how to set it up, but that just leaves us with one final question. Where do we send it? Well, there's a million places that you can submit your songs, and we're not gonna get into every single one. But to give you a couple quick ideas, first, on Spotify, search up the type of music that you make, find a playlist, and then you're gonna go over to the description, which should be just below the title. And a lot of times, there's gonna be an email there. That's the email address where you're typically gonna be able to send in submissions to get on that playlist. Just make sure that there is nothing that says they need money to submit to their playlist or to get on the playlist. That is a scam and it's fake and it will get your song taken down. Another idea is to search up music blogs. So a lot of times you could just type whatever your genre is and then music blogs. And that's gonna give you a whole list of different places that feature artists and showcase their music. And if you dig around on their websites, a lot of times they're gonna have emails. All right, and the last quick tip I have for you for submitting is go on to Instagram and find any media page that covers your genre. I wouldn't recommend aiming for the big ones like @rap, @country, @EDM, because a lot of those are gonna charge a ridiculous amount for you to get featured. But I mean, you could still shoot your shot anyways. And from there, they're either gonna have a submissions email or you can just directly DM with the link to your folder. And as long as your message is professional, your folder has everything in it that you need, and your song is hard, then I've got no doubt you're gonna be featured on a bunch of cool shit. Just do the groundwork, research any places that might fit your music, and most importantly, keep trying, because for every 100 no's you get, you're gonna get one yes that really matters. Again, I put the free template that I made for this in the description, so you can go ahead and download that folder, add everything that needs to be added, and copy that over for every new song release. This should absolutely be a part of your promo plan for every single song you put out, because it just keeps everything organized. And if nothing else, at least you have it organized for yourself. Also, I just want to note, there's a bunch of other things you can add to this folder, so feel free to completely customize it to you as an artist and whatever your specific song needs. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can continue to watch more videos just like this to advance your music and advance your artist career. If you want to make music with me and a bunch of other amazing creatives in a mansion, I also included the link to underground retreats down below, so you can check that out and send in your application. I'll see you next time.